We're Jazz and George, and these are our twin girls, Rory and Sky. We've left London behind to follow our crazy dream of a life in rural France.
Slow down. Children and cats are running free.
We've bought an abandoned farmhouse in Provence that needs more work than we have money for. So we're doing as much of the restoration ourselves as possible. We need to tame the unmanaged 3 acres of land into something we can live off, and we're trying to embed ourselves in our new community. We have so much to learn.
So far off. What? Don't understand why. Put it the wrong way up!
And we make plenty of mistakes.
Hit my finger, that's really sore.
So join us for the ride as we try to fix this old French farm. Hello, welcome to a very cold Monday morning. This video is going to cover the next absolutely mad dog. No, the next mad 2 weeks before our family arrives for Christmas, and we have so much to do. It's actually a bit scary. Today we have 3 people coming. We've got what do you call it?
Arborist.
An arborist. Not an arbitrator.
Arbitrator.
Killing any pigs. To look at the trees and give us a quote for removing those because the roots are really close to the house. We also have someone coming to look at the fosse septique because basically you can't take a shower or a bath without just like not draining it for ages. Just really needs to be sorted before Christmas. We also have the roofer coming. So that's just today. And then later this week we have someone coming to replace the lintel in the girls' bedroom, which means that we can finally, hopefully, get that room ready because we have people staying in that for Christmas, and we'd quite like to make some Christmas memories with the girls over the next 2 weeks as well. So anyway, join us for our mad rush and Merry Christmas.
Let's get in. Nearly. Just as a reminder, you may have seen this before, but if you haven't or you're new to the channel, these are the trees that we're talking about behind me. There's 7 trees. They just drop everything on the house and they are super close. This one, that's a root from this tree that goes across our current septic system. This is the biggest one. This is a big old tree. Now, I'm going to put you somewhere for reference and I'm going to go and hug it. Yeah. I get my hands about halfway. I haven't tried climbing it actually. What if I climbed it? Not in this jacket. Don't tell Jazz. This is actually an excellent climbing tree. Oh, you could go really far. Oh, here comes the bloke. Right. I'll leave you for a bit, but I'll come back with the results of this survey. The tree surgeon came, right? We've got another person coming, so in France you get, like in England, you get a bunch of quotes for stuff and they send you a devis and then you choose which one you want. But this guy was very good and very nice and gave some cost-effective solutions to our tree problems.
Always like that.
So we've got 7 trees and we are going to basically cut them all down and make them fall that way. But they're actually quite lightly branched in that direction. So they'll fall because we're going to keep these trunks and we're going to get them processed on site because we will use these trees when we rebuild the barn. So we can get loads of firewood, we can get loads of boards, we can get good structural timbers. We've got quite a lot of wood here. And then this cypress down here will be taken down bit by bit, so not trimmed. It'll be taken from the top down because it's too close to the house to do that. It's really dodgy. So, and there's lots and lots of branches, so that'll be taken down bit by bit. That costs a little bit more money rather than literally just like timber and process, but it's going to be a big day. That's going to be, and then a number of weeks work of processing all the wood.
It's a lot of work for us to then.
It's good though.
Yeah.
It's like, it costs us in our time, but that's what we're here for.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that you were saying to me was about the tree stumps.
Yeah, so tree stumps, we can choose where we cut them and what we do with them. So we can leave the tree stumps here, or we can get in a stump grinder and basically grind them down to a foot or so below the surface. When these trees get cut, they die. They don't regrow because the sap is always rising, I think. Don't quote me on that. But they will, that'll be it. They'll be dead. So we can choose to have like a low stump, or if we wanted, we can have a high stump, which is a feature, or we could burn the stumps out in the future, or we could get them ground down. But it's really expensive to get them ground down, to get a tractor in here with a stump grinder. So
I think we're probably going to leave them.
Yeah, I think we'll leave them at some sort of level. And the lower we go, like down here, obviously the more usable wood we get. So the benefit for us is to have a low stump. We've got to dig down a bit over here for a bunch of reasons, but a metre or so. So I have a few roots to go through, but it'd be better that the trees are dead before we cut their roots and then they fall over in the high wind.
And ruin the house.
And then we'll replant more trees to help protect us from the mystical wind that comes flying through here. We don't know which trees yet, so any suggestions? What sort of trees? Plain trees? Maybe? That's quite Provence-y. Something that doesn't block the light so much.
Something that blocks the wind but not the light.
Yes, I don't know if that can happen, but it must do. That's our trees. New subject. Stove, chimney. You're going to go over here and have a nice sort of view of chimney, me, and a Christmas tree as we go up through the roof over there. Joining upstairs with a silver pipe. But that's not going to happen. I just got upstairs, Jazz's phone rang, and the people are here to look at our septic system, see if they can work out what's going wrong with our drainage from the shower, because we keep on flooding the bathroom. I promise it wasn't me. I promise it wasn't me. So let's go and do that, and then we'll get back to the chimney. Oh, crumbs. Okay, so the cable's not going through the house. He's going round, so hopefully it doesn't blow back up in our faces. Oh, lordy. He's not pumping out the septic tank, that's okay. It's quite full, but we're going to get it replaced. But there's some sort of blockage, he's got to find it. So we've been digging at the back and, well, it's not good. We've worked out why there's a bit of rising damp in the bathroom.
Brace yourselves, big information dumping coming.
Progress, not there yet. Yeah, just got to do some things. So we've sucked from one side. Oh, that's smelly. Oh, yes. And now we need to suck from the other side. There was the poo pipe. Well, that's what he's just used to suck from that end, coming through the window. Jazz cleaned this and painted, as you can tell, just yesterday. Ah, crumbs. I'd quite like to be reconnected to regular plumbing right now. Great! Great, can you see the water in there? There's definitely something blocking. He actually pulled out a pine cone. The pine cone came back up. Something is blocking it outside, so we're going to go and back outside and discover what it is. Ready to show you everything? That's our bathroom with the best window in the world. I don't know why it's got that frame on it. Anyway, that is the exit for our, not our toilet fortunately, but for our bath and where the washing machine is. And you can see that it's open. It used to have this bit of rock over it, which sat on the edge there. That's broken, and it's just filled with mud and more trees from those above us, and so it's open, and that's it's now empty, it's now blocked. And this basically what this does is it runs in here and it joins onto a pipe which we've uncovered over here. There's a pipe in there which also exits the fosse septique, which is here. So this basically is a soakaway. It just runs into the ground down there with the exit of the fosse septique. So this is a really old system and isn't done now. It's a really old system. Normally you have like 4 stages now and then it runs out, but this is literally a septic tank, fills up, runs off. So I mean there's lots of lush vegetation around here, so I mean The trees have been enjoying it, let's say. But yeah, like modern building standards, this is ridiculous. There's a big old rock there. They've run it along the side of it, and they've just covered it with big stones, like, and rocks and stuff. Normally you put like gravel all around it and bed it in, and then earth, and then anything else on top. But this, that was hairy digging that out. So I'm going to fill that back in with the softest earth I can, and hope that's okay. And they've put in like random bits of tile as hardcore.
So, sorry, I'm just following. Was there a piece of pipe there?
No.
So how do you get that back there?
You build it with cement.
Oh, okay, so you're building the missing section.
Yeah.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you're building?
I'm building the bottom half of that, like a semicircle of cement.
Yeah.
And then sticking plastic pipe over the top to kind of seal it. And I'll probably gunk it around it to seal it. And it's just going to make do. I've just got to stop mud and earth getting in.
Yeah.
And let the water pass through. But I've got to dig a lot away. So that's now, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
So the mortar is in there. It is smooth. But in order to make this proper, we're going to put some of one of these, either that drain pipe, cut that off there, or use this, or use bits of this. So some of this is going to go in there to make it an actual pipe, and so it's covered. It's the Mattock copper workbench that I'm using here. That is going to be helpful. Okay. It's not perfect, and you're supposed to have it slide in and stuff, and I can't just on that angle. A bit more tile on top of that to protect that. It's sealed like it. It's going nowhere. Probably should run a tap. Maybe I'll get Jazz to do that. I'll call her. We're back inside. And we are back on the chimney. So, right, we're in a pretty good place. We've had to raise up in order to get all our levels right and heights right through there, passing through. Oh, that's a good scratch trick, isn't it? I might twist that. We have just had to raise the stove a little bit more. So the stove's on its tippy toes, but it's okay. It's level, and I just need to secure these bolts in here for the passage through the floor. Remove that plastic. It's a busy day today. We've got workmen here repairing a lintel. Putting that wooden lintel in what will be the girls' room. Well, it might even be that wooden lintel, but we're also expecting to repair the outside of the house because that looked like it was broken. But on closer inspection, turns out that the exterior lintel is good. It's not like this one, which is knackered, but it is a concrete cast lintel in 3 pieces, if you can see up there. I'll take you up. The problem is water ingress has basically melted the wooden lintel on the inside, but you can see there's a bit of a hole up there which I wasn't expecting, so let's go up and I can show you. So this was an old window, and I asked them to check that lintel and repair it if it's okay. If it's not okay, it's just water ingress that's the problem. But that is the original lintel with what's called the key in the middle there, which was inserted. So happy with that, and you can see there's the pillars on either side that are supporting. So this is a really nice window, and we're not ready to make it a window yet. We just want to make it safe. But they started making it a window, and I said many times, don't make the window, don't make it. But it happened, so we're going to have to redo that. They're going to have to redo that. I just want them to make it good. To be honest, if they're only doing the wood on the inside, I could have done that because it's not holding anything up. It's not that hard to do. So, yeah, I don't know where we got lost in translation, but we did. However, this is going to be a lovely window when we do have it open, because it's really tall. It goes right down there. But for now, they're fixing it inside whilst the girls are asleep next door to them, and I'm sort of pulling my hair out a little bit as to where things went wrong. This is part of it, isn't it? This is part of working in another language. My French is okay, but I struggle. Sometimes tenses, and I miss a word, and then if you miss a word, you miss the context of the phrase. Anyway, progress is happening, even if it's at a slightly stressful rate.
Good morning. We are finally in the girls' room. So yesterday you would have seen we had the lintel replaced. So our tasks for today are, I'm going to go around now and scrape off any loose plaster, so chase out the cracks, as they call it in the business apparently. So all of this. And then George, Mr. Golden Trowel, needs to come in and plaster. So we're basically going to plaster all of this, obviously sort out this mess up here, and fill in these big holes and cracks here that I'm about to make even bigger. Just been taking the plaster off the wall and I've discovered some writing. Look at this. I think it looks like maths. Some calculations, maybe for the size of this window or something, or the lintel. Not sure, but it's in here. So I would imagine it's something to do with the window. It's cool though. This wall was where we had the damp, because above here is where the house joins the barn, and that was where there was a gap in the roof. And look how it's just wet. I mean, obviously the roof is fixed now, but it's just, it's wet plaster. This is, I said to George, I reckon 10 minutes I'll be done in here. That was a lie.
So we've got to work out where we're going to plaster. That bit that was in the future, I kind of couldn't leave that open, and I will fill the outside. But yeah, and then this is just plain concrete. I might just leave that. I might plaster slightly over that. It's just annoying that they've gone to the level of the lintel with the concrete there, and I've got to fill those holes in the lintel there where they screwed it in.
And if we can kind of knock
knock that all back and make that nicer.
Fill in there and
so
then plaster up to here.
Yeah.
And I guess up to those edges. Yeah, that one's a bit, that one you can plaster to there.
Yeah.
That one's a bit rougher.
I can trim that out, right? I just need to, knock that back a little bit so it's flatter. Yeah. Because
neat, were they?
They weren't very neat, no. They won't be coming back. We'll do it all ourselves from now on. It'll take more time. It'll take more time, but it'll be better.
Yeah.
They just rush through it. It's about, what do you reckon it is? The floor's about -10.
It's freezing.
And the room's about 2 to 3 degrees. We're in the girls' room. The girls are asleep in our room. And we are just sanding down the patching that has been done so we can get some paint on the walls and get the chimney in from the hole in the floor that I fell through to the hole in the ceiling that I haven't fallen through. So I'm glad I haven't brought a face mask. I will be hand sanding and Jazz will be power sanding. And the white noise should keep the girls peachy sleep. into the working room where there's actually more clearance than we thought. So there's the plate that is going to be screwed down next. These are all just fitted, they're not actually in properly. Now I'm going to screw this down into the tiles, and then Jazz is going to come in and template that, because one of these plates is going on this and it needs to be shortened at the back. That's going into an old chimney, so that is great. And we've got, what, it's 2.5 inches of concrete around it, so that'll be lovely. This length that we put in now has a big enough span. Whew, that means it's okay for fire rigs. You need 8 centimetres. Done. Hello, you. Hello, you. Oh, he doesn't like the camera still.
Hello, Daddy. What are you doing?
Just going to drill into the wall.
Oh, that's my room.
Oh no, but it will make it nicer and warmer.
Will you hurry up, Daddy, because I want to sleep in here.
Yeah, no, I've heard that. Is that what the grumbling is about?
Yeah, the clock's ticking. See ya.
I'm going to need to lift this plate so it's higher. So I'll get this lower down like this.
Yeah.
Then I'll get it through the gap. And then together, I'll need you to hold the bottom of it, the strength, whilst I move whilst I move, like the weight of it, whilst I move my hands down and shift it up.
Okay.
Right, so we'll inch it up like that.
So tell me when I should hold it.
Just guide underneath it for now. But I need to get this plate down a bit, up high enough. So we can.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I need you to hold the weight.
Yeah.
You got it? Okay. Good. I'm underneath. Lovely. Okay, I've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the other one.
Okay.
Lovely. Actually easier if I hold it like this. I don't know why I was doing it differently. Lovely. You're quite central. Oh, lovely.
Alright.
Yep.
Now do you want me to hold this
If
one?
you can, yeah, because my fingers are trapped underneath it. You got it?
Yeah.
Yes, I got it. Okay, cool. There we go. Leg down. Let go. There we go.
That in.
Yeah.
The plate's just wedged on the top
That
of
is in.
it.
That's fine. The plate wedged is fine, because the plate's going to go up there, and it's so far off. What? Oh my gosh, it's not even close on width.
Wait, what?
Look, this is in the centre.
Yeah.
Don't understand why. Have I got this? I've got it the wrong way up!
Oh. I was going to say, wait, hold on, that side isn't the right one.
Right, that's
okay.
right, that's right, we know what we're doing.
Right, so
Hold this one and I'll lift the top one
hold
up.
it, not lift it up, just
No,
hold
just
it.
hold it. There we go. And the plate, like a glove.
Okay.
Like that.
Right.
Okay. Brilliant. Welcome to the roof. This is where we're opening up to get the chimney out, so wish me luck. So after a bit of drama and help from Rory and Blue and some emergency trips to the bricolage, we think we are okay. Basically, when we lit it, smoke built up and started pouring out of all the gaskets around here. was like, ah, crumbs! The gasket's too small, but it is the one we took out. Sorry, there's a tired baby here. Hey, Rose. Hiya. And we went and bought, we then put in the bigger gasket. We went from 10 to 15, which then wouldn't shut. And then we went to 12, and we got a 12, and that still wouldn't shut. And now we're back to 10. And we're just lighting the fire differently. We're starting with a very small test. And it seems a lot better.
Don't jinx it.
Don't jinx it. It's not like everything depends on it, does it, Blue? It's happened. We've made it into a living room. Even the piano is still here. It's probably, okay, there's a box. There's still a box and there's tools and stuff, and don't look at the table, but this bit, we've made it into the living room. Isn't this nice? The bookshelves are ordered, the lamp is here, the new rugs are down, the TV's down here, the fire is on, the flue is working, the Christmas tree is lit, and the presents are building. There's still a bit to do to make it perfect, but oh my gosh. I don't know. I can't explain how happy we are to be doing this and to be down here. It's just, oh, this is just so good. This is just brilliant. Can't believe it. It's amazing.
We also made it into the girls' room. Unfortunately, our memory card corrupted, so we lost all the footage of us painting and furnishing it, but you still get to see the end result. There's loads of decorative touches we want to add, but it's quite the transformation from what it was when we moved here.
Apologies for the whispering, as always. Babies are asleep. It's the week before Christmas. Always chaos. We've got family coming. We've spent an inordinate amount of money on Christmas shopping for food because we've got, family coming, and there'll be 7 adults for a week. I'm putting up the new lights in this room whilst Jazz is struggling through a mountain of shopping trying to organise it. I'll show you. Oh, there she goes. Wait. The dog's taking it hard. He doesn't know what's going on. He thinks we've moved. We're also tidying up upstairs. This is like peak chaos. Bags of shopping. I mean, Jazz is an organising genius, but even this is, it's ruddy tough. There's nappies everywhere. The bins were empty this morning and they're full again. We're storing stuff outside on the balcony, even though it's a bit warm during the day. Oh, we've got the new kitchen light in. It's not perfect yet, but it's good. Not nice.
Just a few days later, our families arrived and we had the most magical Christmas. It even snowed. If you watched this far, thank you so much. We're a bit more up to date on our timeline now, so we'll be back next week where we start to tackle the walled garden.